At 18 minutes to 6, Saturday is a massive day, Robbo and Ox, for the North Melbourne Football Club. It's a day they've basically dubbed the Earn Your Stripes game against Collingwood, an opportunity for North fans to step out in huge numbers, first home game of the year, and of course sign up and become a Kangas member, most important.
Rob.
And also show a bit of pride in the jumper, which they've had to fight for the right to wear. Eugene Arocca, CEO of the North Melbourne Footy Club, he joins us here on the run home tonight. Eugene, g'day, how you going?
Oh, not bad, Francis. Good evening, gents.
What's Eugene? Disappointing last week. 4 points, and gee, they were mighty. I thought they were going to get run over a couple of times, but they kept coming, and unfortunately just missed.
Yeah, I must say that my heart sunk when I sat next to Goldie and said, good luck tomorrow. And he said, by the way, you obviously haven't heard, I'm not playing tomorrow. He actually flew all the way over, and obviously his temperature had risen, and given the conditions, we couldn't play Todd Goldstein. And having said that, we still gave it a crack, and the way it turned out, unfortunately, we fell short. But I think we showed enough, particularly in certain passages, to suggest that we're not going to be a pushover.
This week, the Earn Your Stripes campaign you've run this week to rally around the flag, so to speak, it's a little bit provocative. You're saying you basically had to fight for your right to wear the jumper?
Well, I guess in world sport, it's very unusual for a home team not to be able to wear its home jumper, and so one thing I did discover when I joined the Kangas is that they are pretty fired up about their jumper, or certainly in the most recent couple of years, the whole jumper issue has been a sort of rallying cry. And so we've got the last 2 years of away games against Collingwood, and I think it's been fantastic at the AFL, and God bless Jill Lindsay, who worked pretty hard to get this across the line with Adrian Anderson and ultimately Collingwood for agreeing that, yes, the Kangaroos should be allowed to wear their home jumper in their home game, and I think our members and supporters should rally behind that cause.
What did you have to give up, Eugene? Anything to wear your jumper?
Well, we didn't have to give anything up. I don't know whether Collingwood picked something up in the meantime.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Has there been a transaction in any case?
None that I know of, and I'd like to think there hasn't been any transactions, because Collingwood get a fair ride as it is already with all the games. They get fixtured on Friday nights and all the games that they'll have to play interstate. So I guess it's a good win for one of the smaller clubs, and I think that in sport, the moment you start ignoring the needs of the smaller clubs, you're really destined your league to mediocrity in terms of having the big clubs win all the flags and the little clubs have to scrounge around. So I think it's a great cause for the Kangaroos to get behind, and thanks to the AFL and Collingwood for allowing it to happen.
Last one on that one, Eugene. Then, if it was such a simple transaction this time, why hasn't it happened before this year?
Good question, Robbo, but I can't answer that. The reality is that I think that ultimately it becomes a cause of embarrassment if the AFL continues to fixture a smaller Victorian club as an away team against one of the bigger clubs when everyone else gets a feed and we don't. So I guess it would have been hard to fixture us a third year in a row as the away team, and I think sanity prevailed. So I think it was probably more a question of we can't surely do this again, and as a result, we are where we are.
You put it on the line a bit, Eugene. You've asked people to come along. Let's hope they do come. Tickets are available. Of course, there'll be walk-ups there as well. So if you're in town, you can get along, buy a ticket, go in and watch North Melbourne play Collingwood. North fans, more importantly, buy your memberships and get rock solid behind your club. But, what's the bottom line for North? How many people, how many North members do you need to have there? Have you done some numbers that go, okay, this has been a success for us, this Earn Your Stripes campaign?
Well, we budgeted for about 40-odd thousand people to this game. It's a Saturday afternoon. When I was growing up, Saturday afternoon was everything you look forward to. Saturday afternoon is no longer the premier slot it used to be, and even last week I noticed the Pies pulled only 35,000 in their first game of the year proper. So from our point of view, a good outcome would generally be 40,000 on a Saturday afternoon against Collingwood. We're hoping for 50. We certainly think 45,000 is going to be a real opportunity, a real chance. Interestingly enough, our members have this mindset of joining late. I rang 10 members last night as a straw poll, and all of the 10 hadn't renewed yet, but we're going to renew either this week or at the ground. And I just urge members that don't leave it until the last moment, because you will be standing out in the concourse halfway through the first quarter if you don't get in and get your membership cards activated. So we're hoping for 45,000 plus. Could get to 50.
Is it wrong for me, Eugene, to suggest that last week's game was actually not, as Ox said, and congratulations and well done and well thought out, but actually very disappointing for a team that narrowly missed out in the 8 last year and go to West Coast? And if you want to play finals, they're the games you've got to win, West Coast on the road.
we never want to. I mean, we never accept losing. That's the reality. And other people can certainly comment about how valiant we were or how gallant we were.
Really, that doesn't mean anything.
The reality is, we didn't make the 4 points, and I would have expected to win that game. Okay, we had Goldie pull out on us at the last moment, and we played with a 193-centimetre ruckman.
And he played well, and he played really well.
Yeah, but the problem was he was up against Dean Cox, who controlled the match.
He's in flying form, and got BOG by both coaches. So the reality is, Robbo, that no, we're not happy. We lost. We hate losing first game, and it has an impact on membership. It has an impact on the whole business of football at North Melbourne. But, we now would hope that this game is perhaps many people, in fact every punter and every expert will be writing us off as being a walkover or a pushover. This is the sort of stuff that sport's made of, the Cinderella story, and we hope that we can do it.
Eugene, just tell us the difference between getting $50,000 and $60,000 in North Melbourne's pockets.
50 or
60,000. If you get 50,000 people, or you get 60,000, getting an extra 10,000 people to the game, how much revenue is that to North Melbourne?
Oh, well, look, it depends on the stadium, but for us at Etihad, if we had an extra 10,000 people on top of what we budgeted for, that's probably an extra $150,000 net that we would get out of a game.
It's big dollars, isn't it?
It is big dollars. I mean, if you had 50,000 down at Skilled Stadium, that'd be $1.2 million. But the stadium is the stadium, and we've embraced it. They've embraced us. Etihad, to their credit, have done a lot of work with us. You now see there'll be a North End, and we've got a couple of great initiatives on the day we're going to roll out. We've got a new kangaroo mascot, who we've got up and about, and I've told them to go and clean up the magpie mascot at the first available opportunity. So we're really doing everything we can from a fan engagement, from a member support, from a stadium engagement that we can possibly do. Having said that, we're playing against the biggest club in town, biggest club in Australia, they'd say the biggest club in the world, so there is no reason why Kangaroos shouldn't be turning up in numbers to support the club.
One of the SMS said, I didn't renew early for North because I got 3 lots of mail re-the-elections, but none member renewals.
That is extraordinary, Ox, because I'm a member who has renewed, and I've received renewal requests. I would think that member may either may have a new address that he hasn't informed us of, because when he got the election stuff, it might have been off an older database. But I would find that he can ring me direct.
All right, we'll get his number for you, and we'll get you.
Did it hurt you though, Eugene? Did it hurt all that political stuff going on at the start of the year, which took the focus off the football club and the new coach and the players? Did that hurt your attempt to focus people on becoming members of the club? Are you playing catch up a bit?
Yeah, no club enjoys election ruckus, if you want to call it that, but in a silver lining sort of way, it's actually galvanised this club pretty firmly behind JB. I thought the result was outstanding for him as a president and his ticket. And as far as we're concerned, it wasn't a great moment for the club, because we had our issues thrown around in public, particularly from one side, not so much from us. It's now past history. We've galvanised. JB's got a real spring in his step. He's going to be down in the cheer squad after half-time with his jumper on. I've seen JB fire up plenty of times, but post that election, he was really fired up and keen to show a lot of the doubters that he in particular as a chairman has earned his keep and is going to really lead the way for the next 3 years. So yeah, Francis, it wasn't great. No club enjoys that stuff, but so be it. It's finished. We're moving on.
Yeah, I reckon you're doing a great job, but I want to just point out, we've been talking for 12, 13 minutes now, or 12 minutes, and we've spoken about JB and earning your stripes and making money. The thing that the Kangaroos want to talk about and should be talking about is their players. And on the weekend, I reckon it's almost pretty close to your best team running on the park for a while. Petrie's in, Goldstein in, Nathan Grimer's in. There's your centre forward, there's your fullback, there's your first ruck. Hamish is not playing, I know that. If you look at the list, the team on the weekend, that's what people should be coming through the gates to see, not... we've got to make an extra $50,000. We've got to make an extra $100,000. We've got to get everyone excited about these players.
Well, Robbo, it's about the journey, and I firmly believe we've had an interesting 3 years. We've done a lot of things off the field that I think have been great. New facility, new coach. Got rid of the shareholders. Yep. But now the story is about the on-field success. And players like Atley and young Cam Richardson and young Cam Pedersen, we've still got Bastanak and Levi Greenwood on the sidelines. Cunnington only just coming into his first game because he was injured. You are right, Robbo. The true football pundit knows that this club is getting something together that is fairly special. And I would think that over the next 2 or 3 years there's a lot to enjoy. And look, it's going to be a tough gig on Saturday, absolutely tough gig. But I saw some moments in that game against West Coast in 33-degree heat. The boys streaming through the middle in a way that I thought was very encouraging. And I think you're right. I know you're right. We are putting together, and we have put together a list that in itself should be enough reason to get North Melbourne back in numbers and back and excited in this club.
Have a great game on Saturday. Let's hope that they do turn out wearing their stripes in huge numbers for North Melbourne on Saturday afternoon. Eugene, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Francis, and thanks for your support, guys.
Eugene Arocca, CEO of North Melbourne Football Club. Plenty of tickets available at Walk Up too, so it hasn't sold out, or it isn't a ticketed game, so you can get there. Get there early, though, buying membership, North Melbourne fans, as they take on the Pies on Saturday at Etihad.